Political news for you right now. A bill to raise the debt ceiling is now on its way to President Biden's desk. Last night, the House approved the stopgap agreement reached last week in the Senate, but the vote further underscores the deep divide, not just between Republicans and Democrats, but inside the Democratic Party. The 206 House Republicans all voted no. This is a bill that authorizes the country to take on another $480 billion in red ink. That's enough to pay the bills through early December. The GOP says it will only lead to more spending by Democrats, but Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says this is about our current obligations. She's warned that failure to act by October 18th would result in the country's first ever default. A crucial governor's race coming down to the wire now, and the Democratic nominee in Virginia's closely watched gubernatorial race is calling on the biggest gun of all. Terry McAuliffe announcing that President Obama is set to help bolster support for his campaign. We're joined right now by Julia Manchester, a reporter at The Hill. I mean, it wasn't just President Obama. He has really taken on the entire, all-star team for the Democratic Party. You actually mentioned in one of your latest articles, Julia, that he's bringing in the big guns, right?
Right, Adrienne, you are seeing a number of major Democratic names. President Obama, First Lady Jill Biden, Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams, as well as the president himself, Joe Biden, supposed to come to Virginia in the later days of this campaign. Now, yesterday was the final voter registration day in Virginia, so we are really in the full swing of this campaign. Election day is November 2nd, but I think part of the reason why you're seeing all of these big Democratic names is to boost Democratic enthusiasm in Virginia. You are seeing Terry McAuliffe leading by just a small percentage over Republican Glenn Youngkin within the margin of error. So there is some nervousness on the Democratic side right now.
It's like 2.5 points. 2.5 points separate these two candidates. And I know that there have been a lot of names brought up. You mentioned all of them, including President Biden. But wasn't it just days ago that McAuliffe actually said that the president was unpopular among Virginians? How is that going to all play out?
Yeah, absolutely. And McAuliffe is absolutely right. We've seen a number of polls showing President Biden's approval rating in Virginia down in the 40s. Now, that's important because President Biden won Virginia by roughly 10 points last election in November. But a year later, we're seeing that President Biden is running lower in the state, and we're seeing that Republican enthusiasm in the state is up. Now, Democrats, including Terry McAuliffe, say, look, it's an off-year election. Virginia and New Jersey are the only two states holding gubernatorial races this election cycle. So we're seeing not as many people as revved up to vote because you don't have that enthusiasm coming from a presidential candidate or other candidates around the country. So this is very much a way to rev up Democratic enthusiasm, like I said before. But Adrienne, I really have to add here, I was driving all around Loudoun County, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. over the weekend. And to be honest, I saw more signs for Glenn Youngkin than Terry McAuliffe out there. And we saw last November, Biden won Loudoun County by double digits.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I was going to ask you, we only have a few more seconds left. What is the Republican support going to be for Youngkin with such a tight race?
Well, we're seeing Republican enthusiasm, like I said, in Virginia at an all-time high. We're seeing that they've done a really good job of revving up the base for a candidate who virtually no one really knew in voter circles prior to January of this year. However, we don't see as many big-name surrogates coming out for Youngkin as we see on the Democratic side. We've seen that Youngkin has distanced himself somewhat from former President Trump, even though former President Trump has endorsed him and Youngkin has reciprocated that support. You've seen Nikki Haley, the former governor of South Carolina, come out for Youngkin, but I think they're relying more on a grassroots sort of effort to rev up that enthusiasm on the GOP side.
Julia, thank you so much for the reporting. I know this is a race we are watching closely. See you soon.
Thank you.